Hey everyone, welcome back to the place where we're testing every single glove we can get our hands on. This time, very excited to test, whoopsie, upside down, the Sysco Classic large glove. These are nitrile gloves, I'm assuming for food service. Typically, you know, I used to work in a cafeteria when I was in like college. Not my best moments in life memories, but it says food service grade. And it's just interesting because they gave us like the cheapest gloves, and they were Sysco gloves. They were like vinyl, or maybe even like less than vinyl. So these are high performance nitrile gloves. I didn't know Sysco made these, so excited to get into them and see what they are like. Tara's gonna cut a sample out for me, and we're gonna use that little sample we call a dog bone, put on the machine behind us, and we're gonna test the tensile strength of that. Now, I do note that it says food service grade, and what does that mean? What does food service grade?
Food contact should mean that it meets the medical physical property standards first.
What that means in non-robot language is that it should pass this test. It should most likely pass this test. All right, there's the dog bone. I actually really like the color of that. It's a cool color. Here you go. It's a nice blue. Some of the blues I don't like. Let me get a couple of these out. Oh, I like how it comes out of the box though. That's nice. It's like not packed in there too tightly. I'm gonna do the Lloyd patented wins test here to predict what it will do. These are really thin. How thin were they?
They're the thinnest glove we've tested at 0.052.
0.052. So what is that, like 2 mils?
Something like that,
Wow.
2.25.
So that broke. That's one of the easiest breaks I've ever seen. I do the thumb test. I barely had to do anything to break that. It's very thin, but I imagine this is going for cost on there. You seen a made in? I'm not seeing made in. I'm not seeing a manufacture date. So they should pass this test, but I would be very surprised if they do.
Malaysia.
Oh, Malaysia. Well, Malaysia makes the best gloves. I mean, obviously aside from us, right here. But we're the new kids on the block, so. So what we're doing here is the elongation and tensile strength test. We're gonna pull this sample, and we're gonna try to stretch it as far as we can. We want it to exceed 500%. That's the ASTM standard. And a tensile strength of 14, which is pretty easy. That's pretty low, a tensile strength of 14. But we do want to see above 500%. Now, if this glove is more than 6 months old, it would only have to be 400%, but we don't have the date. Oh, it's super high. Look, it's the highest.
It is really high.
Oh my gosh. So that's bad to go that high that quickly. And then, well, that's weird.
Out.
That is crazy.
It's flattening out.
This one's an outlier. Okay.
Say over 500.
You think so?
Oh, no, not any longer. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, that's
If it is,
impressive.
yeah.
Okay, so if this glove is more than 6 months old, then it would pass the standard, but we don't know if it is, so we're gonna, and since we can't figure out the date, can you figure out the date on there? Can you parse it? The elongation was 489.05%. Wow, the tensile strength was 41.5. That's super high. Not the highest we've had, but considering how thin that glove was, meaning it's probably very cheap, it's pretty impressive.
Yes, this is made in December of 2022.
Okay, so it's more than 6 months old, so it does pass standards.
Pleasant.
So if it's more than 6 months old, it only has to be plus 400%, which it has achieved. So I gotta say, I'm impressed. Now it really depends on your price point on this glove, but I am assuming that the reason it's so thin, thinnest glove we've ever tested, I'm assuming that means that it's cheaper, because thin means less nitrile, means depending how they have the layout of their plant, it would be far easier for them to make it, faster, dries quicker, all that stuff. So it could be a much better glove, or much cheaper glove, and the fact that it basically passed this test is pretty impressive. All right guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time and attention, and I will catch you on the next test.